Forget the postcards and travel brochures, those glossy images airbrushing away the grit and grime. We're going deeper than that, past the tourist traps and chain restaurants to uncover the real San Diego. This ain't about overpriced cocktails with little umbrellas or staged sunsets. This is about the soul of a city, the pulse beneath its skin. We're talking hole-in-the-wall taco shops with lines around the block, dive bars with more history than a museum, and beaches where the Pacific whispers secrets only locals know. So, you want culture? You want history whispering from every brick and mortar? Then get your ass to Balboa Park. This ain't your grandma's park, folks. Yeah, you got your manicured gardens and museums filled with dusty relics, but look closer. Listen to the mariachi band's music echoing through the Spanish colonial arches, watch the skateboarders carving up the plaza, smell the churros frying in the afternoon sun. This is a living, breathing testament to San Diego's soul, a place where cultures collide and history dances with the present. And speaking of history, let's talk about the museums. We got art museums that'll make your eyes bleed with beauty, natural history museums that'll make you question the universe, and even an air and space museum that'll have you itching to strap into a rocket. But don't just wander aimlessly. Find a quiet corner, maybe by the reflecting pool, and just breathe it all in. Let the energy of this place seep into your bones. Trust me, you'll leave Balboa Park with more than just a few photos. You'll leave with a story. Look, I'm not usually one for zoos. The whole caged animal thing just doesn't sit right with me. But the San Diego Zoo, well, that's a different beast altogether. This ain't some concrete jungle, folks. They've gone and recreated natural habitats so damn well, you'll forget you're even in a city. We're talking lush rainforests with gorillas chilling in the canopy, sprawling savannas with lions lazing in the sun, and even a polar bear plunge that'll make you want to grab a parka. And the animals, they're not just surviving here, they're thriving. You can tell they're treated right with respect and dignity. You'll see playful pandas munching on bamboo, mischievous monkeys swinging through the trees, and maybe even catch a glimpse of the elusive snow leopard. It's enough to make you believe in conservation, even for a cynical person like me. Now, I've seen my fair share of rust buckets in my day, but the USS Midway, that's a different breed of metal. This ain't just some museum piece gathering dust. This is a floating city, a steel testament to naval history. And trust me, it's got stories to tell. You can practically hear the echoes of sailors' past, feel the rumble of the engines in your gut, smell the salt air and sweat that soaked this deck for decades. Walk the narrow corridors, imagine the cramped quarters where sailors lived and breathed, and climb into the cockpit of a fighter jet. You'll gain a whole new respect for the men and women who served aboard this mighty ship. And don't even get me started on the view from the flight deck. Gazing out at the San Diego skyline, you can almost picture the Midway cutting through the waves, a symbol of American might. Let's face it, folks. Sometimes you just need a little beauty in your life, a break from the grit and grime, the hustle and bustle. And for that, my friends, there's La Jolla Cove. Picture this. Turquoise water crashing against dramatic cliffs, seals basking in the sun like they own the place, and the smell of salt air so thick you could taste it. Yeah, it's pretty damn close to paradise. Now, I'm not saying you'll find me meditating on the beach anytime soon, but even a hardened cynic like me can appreciate this kind of natural splendor. Grab a surfboard, rent a kayak, or just park your ass on the sand and soak it all in. And keep an eye out for the seals. Those guys are the real locals here, and they don't give a damn about your problems. Night falls, the streetlights flicker on, and the gas lamp quarter comes alive. This ain't your grandma's history lesson, folks. This is history with a shot of whiskey and a wink. We're talking Victorian architecture all gussied up, gas lamps casting a warm glow on cobblestone streets, and enough bars and restaurants to satisfy any craving. But beneath the polished veneer, you can still feel the pulse of the past. This was a wild place once, full of saloons, gambling dens, and brothels. Listen closely, and you might just hear the echoes of laughter, the clinking of glasses, and maybe even a ghost or two. So grab a drink, find a dark corner, and let the gas lamp quarter work its magic. Just watch your wallet and your heart, because this neighborhood has a way of stealing both. Want to step back in time? No, I'm not talking about some cheesy time machine, folks. We're going to Old Town San Diego, where the spirit of early California still lingers in the air. Imagine strolling down streets lined with adobe buildings, the scent of tortillas and carne asada filling your nostrils, mariachi music swirling around you like a warm embrace. This is the heart and soul of San Diego's Mexican heritage, a place where history comes alive with every bite and every beat. Now I know what you're thinking, tourist trap. And yeah, there's some of that. But dig a little deeper, past the souvenir shops and staged gunfights. Find a family-run restaurant, order yourself a plate of mole poblano that'll make you weep with joy and listen to the stories whispered by the walls. This is a place where cultures collide, where the past and present dance a tango, and where the food, my friends, the food will make you believe in magic. Listen, I'm not one for beaches. Too much sun, too much sand, too many people pretending to read while secretly judging your beach bod. But Coronado Beach, that's a different story. This is old school Hollywood glamour, a place where you can practically hear the ghost of Marilyn Monroe giggling in the breeze. We're talking pristine white sand that sparkles like diamonds, gentle waves perfect for a dip, and the iconic Hotel del Coronado looming in the background like a grand dame. Rent a beach cruiser, stroll along the boardwalk, and soak in the elegance of it all. And if you're feeling fancy, grab a drink at the Hotel Del's bar. Just try not to spill it on your linen suit. Look, I'll be honest, Seaport Village ain't exactly my scene. It's a little too polished, a little too commercial for my taste. But I can still appreciate a good view, and this place has got 'em in spades. Imagine this. You're strolling along the waterfront, the sun setting over the San Diego Bay, sailboats bobbing in the distance like toys. Yeah, it's pretty damn picturesque. Now, I'm not saying you should blow your life savings on overpriced souvenirs and tourist traps, but grab yourself a scoop of ice cream, find a bench with a view, and people watch. You'll see families on vacation, couples in love, and maybe even a few salty dogs who've seen it all. It's a reminder that life, like the sea, is full of surprises. Most folks come to San Diego for the beaches, the bars, the tacos. And hey, I don't blame them. But if you're looking for something a little different, something with a side of history and a view that'll knock your socks off, then get yourself to Cabrillo National Monument. Perched high on a cliff top, overlooking the vast Pacific, this is where Juan Rodriguez Cabrillo, the dude who first charted the California coastline, landed his ship back in 1542. Now, I'm not gonna lie, there ain't much left from those days, but stand on that point, feel the wind whipping through your hair, gaze out at the endless ocean, and you can almost imagine the look on those sailors' faces as they first set eyes on this land. It's a humbling experience, a reminder that we're all just passing through, leaving our own small mark on this world. Let's face it, folks, we're all suckers for a good sunset, that magical hour when the sky explodes in a riot of color, casting a warm glow on everything in sight. And for my money, there's no better place to witness this daily spectacle than Sunset Cliffs Natural Park. Imagine this. You're perched on a rugged cliff top, the Pacific Ocean crashing against the rocks below, the salty air thick with the promise of adventure. And as the sun dips below the horizon, the sky transforms into a canvas of fiery hues, painting the cliffs in shades of orange, pink, and purple. It's enough to make even a cynical bastard like me believe in a little bit of magic. So grab a blanket, a bottle of something strong, and someone you love or at least tolerate. Find a secluded spot on the cliffs and prepare to be amazed. Just watch your step because those cliffs ain't messing around. So there you have it, kids. A glimpse behind the curtain, a taste of the real San Diego. We've walked the streets, tasted the flavors, and felt the pulse of this city. But this ain't about checking off a list, folks. It's about digging deeper, embracing the grit and the glory, the beauty and the bite. San Diego ain't just a pretty face. It's a city with a soul, a story to tell, and a heart that beats with a rhythm all its own.